Tenestalin, Al Shalamti, Hotep. Greetings, teachers, students, mothers, fathers, brothers, sisters, friends, cousins, adults, everyone who are watching this episode of grassmatics.com. Yours truly, Grass Mathologist Dr. Yates, is saying thank you. Whether you're watching it by flash, DVDs, or by email link, even on YouTube, thank you for watching, and thank you for telling others about this math program called Grassmatics. On today's program, we'll get a chance to learn the inscriptional symbols. How many of them are there? 4 inscriptional symbols that are used for the composition of letters and numbers. Stay with me, much more is coming forward here on this televised YouTube internet program. Thank you for watching. Yours truly, Dr. Yates, and for writing to me. Keep in mind that Grassmatics is based on 4 principles. These are the 4 principles: perception, reasoning, rhythm, and restoration. What are they? Perception, reasoning, rhythm, and restoration. These are the 4 principles that Grassmatics is based on. We are going to learn on this day how the letters and numbers came about. As a matter of fact, the composition of letters and numbers in all language. Stay with me as we learn the simplicity of these inscriptional symbols. For example, here is a symbol on the board. Tell me, what number is this? If you say 5, then my other question is, can you prove to me that this symbol is 5? What would be the proof? Or can you explain to me why this symbol is called 5? Well, most of us will say, we are told it is 5. Why? Because it is said in the English language to pronounce this symbol as 5. In Spanish, it is cinco. Now, in Amharic, it is a mist. In other languages, it has a different name. But the point is, this same symbol, what is the composition of the symbol? How did the symbol come about? On today's program, we'll learn about using the 4 inscriptional symbols for the composition of numbers and letters, so that you can intelligently or comprehensively explain why this symbol is called 5, okay, or this symbol is called 9, or this one is called 1, or 2, or 3, or 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. This is how they're giving to us in English. Also in Spanish, these are the same inscriptional symbols. In most European languages, you'll find these are the same inscriptional symbols. But the question is, what are the composition of these symbols? That's what we're going to be talking about on this day. Okay? So join with me as I show you more about the composition of the symbols. Thank you. Shalamti Al.
Good afternoon, class. All right. Yes. Yes. Not right now. Oh, come. All right, you'll get a chance. Okay. Now, we have a volunteer who's going to video film. And I hope you do a good job like the young man there. Now, there's no day named Maro in this strong. Now, what I want you not to do not film the ceiling. There's nobody up there. All right? So you use the camera. Make sure you keep it like, look at me carefully. Look at the screen, right? Make sure you keep it this much space over their heads. See? Don't about that much. Me too. Not like that. See? like right there, all right? When you're moving the camera together. Okay. Your names are?
My name is Tisha.
Your names are?
My names are Tisha and Seti.
Okay. Compliment him for volunteer. Don't press that button. It's recording right now. Just hold it like this. Okay? Ceiling. Keep it like that. Over the hand. See? Okay. You put it on that. Again, I say, good afternoon, class.
Good afternoon, Dr.
Let's get straight to the mathematics so that we can use this time learning and good. All right. Now, I'm not aware or I do not know how much minutes I have left. Ms. Donovan, how many minutes do I have? No idea until they call. Okay, good. So let's get to the math straight. Okay? First of all, let me see the hands of those who solved the puzzle. Okay? You serve the box. Fill in the numbers within the box, the grass mallet. Okay, good. I'm happy you did it. Good. I'm happy y'all did it. Now, let's take a look at this. Let's take a look at this. You're about to learn how numbers, remember we talked about what are the four ingredients of numbers and letters? What are they? Dot, what else? Curve, line, and circle. Good. Now, watch this carefully. All right? Watch this carefully. 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. That's a circle. 7. 2 circles. 8. I'm sorry. 9. Right? 9. 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Good. Now, remember, I want you to do is use perception. Here's what you're about to do that most people have never done. You're about to use your mind in a beautiful form, putting things in order. What is the first inscriptional symbol? Dot. Second? Line. Third? Curve. Circle. Now, this is in the order things should be written. Always starting off with a dot, then go into line, then go into curve, and go into circle. Now, this is how they give us a number system. It is out of order. I want you to fix it. I want you to tell me which one should be 1, which one should be 2, based on how it is made up, right? Which one should be 3, which one should be 4, and which one should be 5, and so on. Put the numbers in the right order. They're not in the right order based on how you're supposed to form letters and numbers. Now, who do not stand what I'm talking about? Raise your hand if you don't stand. Okay, good. Here's what I'm talking about. Now, if you look at how this is formed, right? Which number here should be 1? 0. Why? 0 is not starting here. 1, because the line 1. Which one should be 2? Who said 7? Yes, 7. Why 7? 2 lines. 1 line is 1, 2 lines is stroke, isn't it? It's called perceptual reasoning. So that is 2. What would be 3? 4 would be 3. Why would 4 be 3? 3 lines. If I have 1 line is 1, 2 line is 2, 1, 2, 3 lines would be 3. It's perceptual reasoning. You get it? Now y'all do the rest. Put them in order. Do the rest, write them in the book. Let's see how good you are with perception and reading. Let me go for the mathematics, right?
Hi, Mom.
Use that.
Hi, Mom.
That's enough. They got it right. You can
Folks, as you join me here today, notes on the board, what we have on the board, grass mathematics. On this episode, what we're going to be learning is the origin of inscriptional symbols identified as what? Numbers, all right? We're going to learn the origin of the symbols. Now, actually, the composition or the ingredients that makes up these symbols, including alphabetical letters, not alphabetical. Alphabet means A for alpha, B for beta. It's only talking about 2 letters, A and B. Alpha 1 and beta 2 seconds. So it's AB, that's alphabet. But Dr. Yates said we learned it from A to Z or A to Z, as the British would say. So alphabet, in the alphabet, there are inscriptional symbols identified. And according to the English alphabet, there's only 26 of them. So those letters are also based on the same ingredients that numbers are being shaped and formed. You're about to learn that here on this program, on this day or this night. Not today or tonight. No, this day or this night. Great. So what do we have on board here? Grassmatics.com. You get on the site, get more information, and order the Grassmatics DVDs. Here it's by Dr. R. Yates. And over in this box, I try to full courage our people, not encourage. Encouragement will never end when it comes to me. I would full courage you to keep in mind that this math is based on these 4 principles. What are the principles? The principles are perception, reasoning, rhythm, and restoration, not restoration. No one is resting here, all right? Good. So these are the 4 principles of the math. And over here on my right, I have in this box the word K-W-A-N, K-W-A. Oh, it's spelled K-W-A-N, K-W-A, Kwankwa. Kwankwa is a word that is used in Giz, also in Amerindio or Amharic language, which is in Ethiopia. And those, I'm sorry to say languages, because Giz is a language by itself, and Amharic or Amarini came out of Giz. So Kwankwa Och would be the plural word, Kwankwa Och, languages. This word is found in both languages, which is Giz and Amerindio or Amharic, as most people in the West now the Ethiopian language as Amharic. All right. So, and this word, if you were to find an English word that is somewhat close to this word, I say close because I think the word Kwankwa has a greater meaning than just language. In English word, you would say language. But I think when you study the Giz or you study the Amerindia, language, which is Amharic, you'll find that this word has a more spiritual and more empowering meaning than just language. All right? So that's what we would, in English, they would say language. So you're learning this math in 3, actually, yes. 1, 2, 3, yes. In 3 Kwankwa Och. Kwankwa Och means languages, right? In 3 Kwankwa Och. And that would be English, you learn in the math. You learned in Grass-ish, that's a Kwankwa. And then you learned in Amharic. I spell Amharic with a K. I spell my Kwankwa with a K, not no Q or no C up in here. All right? Good. So K is a very popular letter in many, as a matter of fact, in all African Kwankwa Och. You see the K always showing the more powerful, one of the most powerful letters, the K and the CH, the ch, right? And the k, right? You see, what happens is that in Africa, on all African languages, Africa is a continent. We're talking about over 5'4", probably 5'5" country now, since Sudan is split into 2. You have South Sudan and North Sudan. So what you have is that in the continent, Africa, all the languages where there's a K in it, it is never silent. There's no such thing as a silent K. That's why Dr. Yates says K-N-O-W, Knau. You pronounce the word K-N-O-W, I pronounce my K, I said K now or Knau. See, not no, N-O is no. You don't want to know something here, you want to Knau something here, which means to be spiritually and mentally aware or be informed. So we're Knauing. So these are the 3 Kwankwa Och. We will Knau the math, Grassmatics. Great. The starting number of all numbers, according to Grassmatics, would be 0. We don't start at 1, like in school they taught me to start counting at 1, 2, and so on, and they leave out the 0. And the ignorance about that, or the disfortune thing about that is that they're saying that the 0 is not a number, 0 doesn't count, it doesn't have value. All these preposterous, utterly absurd things they're talking about 0. They disrespect the 0. And you're going to learn in advanced grammatics why the Europeans, primarily the Europeans, especially the English people from England and United States and Canada, disfortunately, they don't identify the 0 for what it truly is. They've given a false representation or identification of the 0 by saying it is nothing, it has no value, and it is not a number. That is not true. Boys and girls, moms and dads, school teachers, pay attention. You cannot be talking about something and then calling it nothing. That is ludicrous. That is preposterous. All right? So keep that in mind. This symbol, you're going to learn a lot about this symbol. This is one of Dr. Yates' favorite numbers. 0, 4, 5, 7, 9. Oh, Dr. Yates' favorite numbers. And I'll teach you why. Because numbers have personality and character. For those folks who have seen the previous DVD about the personality and character of number, you can stand, not understand, but what stand means to be upright in your mind, in your thinking. Stand, not overstand. The Rastafarians say, the only person I can now overstand is the Creator. The Creator is over everything. Overstand, that's the Creator. But we can stand up in our thinking. For too long they have us under the stand of comprehension. You see? But you don't want to be under the stand. You want to stand upright in your thinking, which means to comprehend, which means to be logical, which means to be perceptual in your thinking. If you conceptualize a lot of things, then you understand. So here we are, 0 to 9. We start at 0. Why? Because when you get to 9, you're going to be starting all over. After 9, you're going to be starting all over again. So what number come after 9? In school, they told me it's 10. TN is a word. It's not. It would be this 0 with this 1. And it's written this way. In English, they write it left to right. They put the 1, which is the 1, and then they bring the 0 here. See that? And they call this 10. But we don't call it 10 because 10 is just a word, but it doesn't truly identify what you're writing, the figure. So we call this 1, 0. Why? Because this is called 1, this is called 0. You can't change the name of the symbols already identified for what it is by giving it another name. That's confusion in math. That's why I never liked math at school. That's why I was a math phobiac in the school system of America and England, the British, right? So we call this what it is. These are figures. These are figures. We say 1, 0. See that? And after 1, 9, you have what? There's the 2. And then you use the 0 again. That's how important 0 is. 2, 0. Then you go on to what? 3, 0, 4, 0, 5, 0, 6, 0, 7, 0, 8, 0, 9, 0. Now, look at all those numbers. 1, 0, 2, 0, 3, 0, 4, 0, 5, 0, 6, 0, 7, 0, 8, 0, 9, 0. What did you hear in my voice? Rhythm and the 0, didn't you? You keep hearing the 0, the 0, the 0, the 0, the 0, the 0. You keep hearing that, okay? Why? It's a pattern. So, but when I say 10, right, 20, 30, 40, 50, 60, 70, 80, 90, they do not have, all of them do not have the same thing in common. Why? Because the 10 is not pronounced T. T-Y. T-Y, T started at 20, so that's out of rhythm. See? And there's no number named T, T-Y. So that's confusing. That's why I was confused in school, British and American school system in learning math. Because the language, they were teaching me it in English, and that was confusing for me. But Dr. Yates is teaching this math in what language? Grasp-ish. And you hear me use some Amharic words in it, all right? So you learn in both these languages, it's best to learn this math in grasp-ish. And grasp-ish means making sense of the English nonsense. I know you're laughing in the room. Some of you are going to kick out a laugh. That's good. It's all good. That's in my classroom, the students have a lot of fun learning. All right? So you join the students and having fun while you're learning with Dr. Yates. All right. So that's the rhythm. That's the pattern. So that is best identify the 0 as starting number, and that 0 also has value. Here's my quiz question for you. You email me, right? Send me an answer by email. Email me. Here's the question. How much is 0 value? I want you to write to me and give me 2 answers to that question. A, 0 value, so much. B, 0 value, so much. And for those who get it right, the first 9 people that write me with the correct answer, remember, 9 is the highest number in the world, according to Dr. Yates. Not according to your teacher at school, not according to the Americans on television who talk a lot of nonsense about infinity. Infinity is not a number, folks. Infinity is an expression about going beyond. It's not a number. And most of all, infinity is the name of a car that we drive in the United States and outside the United States for those folks who buy that car. Right? So it's not a number. Don't let them fool you about Google, Zoogle, and all this nonsense. Million, billion, trillion. Stop it. Stop it, teachers. Stop fooling the children. Stop lying to the children. That's not the highest number. The question is, what is the highest number? Listen, most people have word problem in math. They're not listening and they're not thinking, and they're not using the 4 principles of math: perception, reasoning, mental rhythm. And they need to restore these 3 principles. They're not doing that. That's why they conceptualize the question. Dr. Yes is asking for the highest what? Thank you. Number, not numbers. Oh gosh. That's why 9 is the highest number. Ask your friend that question. Maybe they don't have Mathematics DVD, or they haven't seen this on YouTube or on any other site. So what has happened is that they don't know what the highest number is based on Dr. Yates in mathematics. So you got something a little more than what they don't have. So you ask them that. Ask your teacher, teacher, I have a question. What would be the highest number in the world? Then you ask the class, what y'all think would be the highest number in the world? And if they don't know mathematics, then you will be the one to say, well, Dr. Yates says the highest number in the world is 9. And here's the reason why he's saying that. And I think it makes sense. Because he's asking for the highest what? Number, not numbers. And 2, after 9, you're just starting all over again. You're just repeating the numbers. 1, 0, 1, 1, 1, 2, 1, 3, 1, 4, and so on. You're just repeating the numbers. You see that? You're taking these, you already been used, 9 is the highest, and just starting all over again. That's another reason, right? 2 reasons. First, he's asking for number and not numbers. 2, after 9, you're just repeating the numbers. The third reason why 9 is the highest number in the world is because, and everyone's calculator and cell phone, check your cell phone, check your calculator. You see the highest number on there is 9. Right. Because everything has this combination of numbers. And so you're combining in 2 digits and 3 digits and 4 digits. All right? Now, some people will try to argue with you, but don't argue with them. Don't get into the argument because they're not ready. They're not ready. They're not ready for this information, folks. These are stuck in brain, just cemented callous. That callous brain, heart. See, because they've been on the plantation, okay, colonized plantational way of thinking. They've been colonized, so they can't get out of that mindset. That's okay. Leave them be. Don't argue. Don't fuss. This is not to be arguing with anyone. This is to relate. For those who get it, say, all right, let's take a little further now. Good. So these symbols, they are ingredients. There are 4 major ingredients that is made up that is used for these symbols. Dr. is going to come forward. I'm going to teach you how they come about with these symbols and how the way we're giving numbers like this, 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. It is not healthy for people of melanin. Matter of fact, it's not healthy for people in general. But I'm talking primarily people that look like Dr. Yates. As Dr. Yates says, we are the what? Dark people. Write that word. We are the what? D-A-R-K. Dark people. Okay? All right? You can learn why Dr. Yates used this word instead of black. We're not black people. The way they spell black, B-L-A-C-K. Why do they have the letter C in the spelling of black? And here they're trying to trick us. The C is silent. Stop it. Don't need to be there in the first place. Black should be spelled B-L-A-K. However, Dr. Yates preferred to use this word identifying us as a people who are brown skin. Ooh, nice. Brown skin. Like Dr. Yates, sapodilla brown. For those who don't know what sapodilla is, beautiful fruit. Sapodilla brown or beautiful black dark. Yes. Like this marker here. Yeah, you see it? Yeah, like this marker here. You see it? Right. Dark. Oh, I see them in Ethiopia. Oh, beautiful. They're so blue-black, like in India, the Madras, the original Hindus, right, of India. Whoa, beautiful dark skin. Out of Kemet, yes. Out of Nigeria, Ghana, Senegal, those places. Ooh, I'm so attracted to these dark skinned sisters and brothers. There's something about them. I look at them, I'm like I'm watching the Creator, you know, because out of the darkness came the light, you know. And I'm like, whoa, wow, royal, beautiful. Black is not evil. Black is original. All of us must experience 9 months of darkness. That's where Dr. used the word dark. In our mother's womb, which is the first element of life, darkness, which I identify also as black. See? So we'll talk more about this, all right? So you stay with us right here on this program. Remember now, this is your friend, Dr. Yates. Here, your educator, your educational math doctor, your mathematics doctor, okay? That's what my title is. I am the grass mathologist. I am not a grass grass mathologist. Woo! I'm so excited popping my P. I am not a grass mathologist. What am I? I am the grass mathologist. Big difference. The article the. Watch it. Article the. Totally more powerful, more precise, original. So, as I leave to come forward to give you more information about the ingredients, let me leave you with this question, all right? So you can figure it out. What are the 4 ingredients, okay? Listen to carefully. What are the 4 ingredients that are used for the composition of inscriptional symbols like numbers and letters? There are 4 ingredients, and that word 4 inscriptional, I should say, yes. 4 inscriptional symbols that are known as the ingredients, right? For the composition or the inscription means writing, right? Of these symbols. These are symbols. These are numerical symbols. These are alphabetical symbols. Remember the word alphabet, right? So, you got to use 4 inscriptional symbols. These symbols that you have used, you must use to create these letters, right? They are the ingredients of the formation of these numbers and letters. Write to me. Send me my email or text me. My numbers are simple numbers. You can text me your answer or you can email me your answer. Email, here's my email address. emaildoctoryates@yahoo.com. See that? Simple. Email.yates@yahoo.com. Can't go wrong. Just email Dr. Yates at yahoo.com. Send me your emails. Your answer. Remember, you have to answer these questions, right? First of all, the questions that I asked before. Rewind your tape if you're watching it, or you're watching YouTube, because I don't even remember it right now, the first questions. You're supposed to write and ask me. But the second one is important. What are the 4 ingredients you have to, or the 4 inscriptional symbols, right, that you have to use for the composition of letters and numerical symbols, right, that can be formed. There are 4 inscriptional symbols that you must use, and these symbols are known to be the ingredients of the formation of numbers and letters. You write to Dr. Yates and tell me what they are, and I will be so happy. Remember, I did mention that the first 9 people that write to me, I will reward you financially. I believe in learn and earn. Learn and earn. Learn and earn. Right. There's several ways Dr. Yates will reward you, either financially or by blessing you with the Grassmatics DVDs if you don't have it. All right. Or the different gifts and different prizes and stuff Dr. Yates would like to reward you with, right? Even gas coupons to get gas at the gas station, whatever it is, right? There's several incentives Dr. Yates has for you. So you join with me here as I come forward and teach more about the 4 inscriptional symbols that are used for the formation of letters and numbers, and they're called the ingredients of these letters and numbers. Dr. Yates is going, and what does he say when he goes? The reverse of Al Shalamti would be what? Shalamti Al. Shalamti Al. Shalom. Salam. Tenestilin. Al Shalamti. Gentlemen, precious ladies, and learning students, yours truly, Grass Mathologist Dr. Yates is saying unto you, greetings. Greetings to the mothers, fathers who've been requesting more of the Grassmatics times table, fractions, decimals, percentage, algebra, geometry, and so on. Thank you so much for requesting my math approach when it comes to learning math the easy, simple, and fun way. On this day's episode of Grassmatics, we are going to learn to find the half to odd numbers and also the half to fractions and decimals. Well, actually fractions. Decimals are easy to find a half because once you learn to find the half of odd numbers, like most people or find the half to even numbers. But when it comes to odd numbers, surprisingly, a lot of students, including teachers, are struggling finding the half to odd numbers. For example, when I ask students, what is the half of 1? They would tell me there's no half to 1 because 1 is an odd number. That's what they would say. I do not blame them for saying that. I do not judge them for saying that. I stand. I don't understand. I stand why they're saying that. However, in this episode, I'm trying to avoid using the word program. We've been programmed into so many things it's hard to get out of, and it's not necessarily good. So I try avoiding using the word program. I'll say this episode or presentation of mathematics, you're going to learn to find the half of any number, including 0. In a previous presentation or broadcast or episode of mathematics, I asked of you to send me your answer about the half to 0. How many of you respond to my question? Well, the ones who did, they said you can't find a half to 0 because it doesn't have value. However, in this program you'll learn that when you find the half to 0, it is very easy, simple. It is not difficult. And the reason why is because 0 has value. First, let's just identify what 0 is, okay? So we can get a better understanding of why you can find a half to 0. And also the half to 1. Let's start with 0 first before we get to 1, because 0 is the starting number, 1 is not. 1 means first, but 0 means beginning, the pre-existency of 1. Good. So here we are. 0. 0 has quantity. First of all, 0 value 0. Why? Because everything has a value for what it is. So 0 has its own value for what it is, which is 0. For example, if I ask you how much 5 value, you wouldn't tell me nothing. You would say 5 value 5. But why would 5 value 5? Because 5 cannot value more or less than what it is. It is 5. That's the same principle about 0. 0 has to value itself, but not nothing, because there's no such thing as nothing, for there's always, you said it, something. So 0 value 0, okay? Now in geometry, 0 would have greater value, and here is the reason why. Here, let me put this question to you. Geometrically speaking, geometrically meaning based on geometry, right? The comprehension of geometry. Geometrically speaking, which is greater in degree? Which is greater in the value of degree? The number 0 in comparison to the number 1. Which one is greater in degree? You write and tell me, all right? Is 0 greater than 1, or is 1 greater than 0 in degree when it comes to geometry? So the question is, geometrically speaking, which is greater in value of degree, 0 or 1? All right? So I hope that you answer that question based on the fact that Dr. Yates is trying to give you the opportunity to learn math perceptionally and not necessarily conceptually, the way I was taught math in the British and American school system. All right? Great. So 0 value itself. 0 value 0. In geometry, as a matter of fact, in what you call a combination of numbers, 0 would have a greater value. It would have a greater value. Why? For example, the number 10, right? They call it 10. Great. Now, we don't call it 10 in mathematics. We call it based on the figures. You can see the 1 and you can see the 0. So we say 1 0. Then we say 1 1, 1 2, 1 3, 1 4. That's how we express the figures. We don't say 10 and 11 and 13 and 12. No, we don't say that. All right? Why we don't say that is for two reasons. One, this math is best taught in the Kwankwa mean language called grass-ish instead of English. So in the Kwankwa or language grass-ish, we do not say 10, 11, 12, and so on. You hear Dr. Yates would say 1 0, 1 1, 1 2. He called the numbers based on figures, right? Great. So 0 in the number 1 0. Here's another question I have for you. Write and give me your answer. In the number 1 0, how much would the 0 value in that number for it to be? What they call in English 10. All right? You write and tell me, how much would it value? In Amarene, they say aser. Okay, that's how they call that number, aser. So you write and tell me, how much would the 0 value, okay, in the number they call 10. The word for 10 in Amarene is aser. However, they don't write the 10 like the way we do in English or grass-ish, okay? It's different, what you call fidel, all right? Or inscriptional figures based on the fidel or of Amareño or of gaze. So I'm encouraging you to tell me what is the value of the 0 in the number 1 0 they call 10 in English.
Yes. Thank you. Well said. Okay, stand please. Your names are?
My name is Ardan Lester.
Okay. And how much is 0 value?
0.
How much it value?
0.
Compliment him. Okay, sir.
Zero in the number 1 0. Here's another question I have for you. Write and give me your answer. In the number 1 0, how much would the 0 value in that number for it to be? What they call in English 10. All right? You write and tell me, how much would it value? In Amarene, they say aser. Okay, that's how they call that number, aser. So you write and tell me, how much would the 0 value, okay, in the number they call 10. The word for 10 in Amarene is aser. However, they don't write the 10 like the way we do in English or grass-ish, okay? It's different, what you call fidel, all right? Or inscriptional figures based on the fidel or of Amareño or of gaze. So I'm encouraging you to tell me what is the value of the 0 in the number 1 0 they call 10 in English. Good. Now, finding the half of 0. The half of 0 would be 0.0. Good. For those who said 0.0, I say unto you, gratulations. What Dr. Yates says, gratulations. I take the C-O and the word con off of that word. Now, I'm not going to say congratulations unto you. Con means against or to trick, to fool, beguile, swindle, and all these dispositive meanings the word con means. So I wouldn't use the word in front of gratulations to you. I say gratulations. When I'm saying gratulations, I'm speaking the Kwankwa or the language grass-ish. English says congratulations. I'm saying to you, gratulations. You did good. You're right. 0, the half of 0 would be 0.0. Okay? Just like, for example, the half of 1. How would I find the half of 1? Well, remember I taught you how to count in graphmatics, starting at 0. And before you get to 1, what did we say? 0 and 1/4, 2/4, 3/4, and then 1. Right. 0, 1/4, 2/4, 3/4, and then you get 1. Well, look, tell me, what fraction would be in between 0 and 1? That's right. You'll have what? 2/4. Now, 2/4 is equivalent to the quantity called half, H-A-L-F. In English, they say half, which I think half, the way they say it should be spelled H-A-F-F, phonetically, right? That's why we say half, because H-A-L-F. So right in between 0 and 1, you'll find the fraction 2/4, and 2/4 is known as half, right? So this same 2/4, when it is also written as 1/2. The reason why is because what you're going to do is divide the 2/4. You're going to make it what you call reducing fraction. You see how many 2's we have on top of there, 1, and how many 2's in 4 would be 2. That's why this 2/4 turn into 1/2. And most students are familiar with 1/2 as the fractional expression or descriptional expression for half or half. However, it is best to learn it as 2/4. I'll tell you the reason why in future mathematics. Well, I shouldn't say mathematics, in future graphmatics presentation. So 2/4 is half, okay? And that, so you're finding the half of 1 will be 2/4, or the half of 1 is half, okay? Not 0, okay? There is, you can find a half to 1. For example, let me say, as we say in Amerindia or in Amharic, what would be the half if I gave you 1 banana, okay? In Ethiopia, they call it moose. In grass fish, we call it bakoko, all right? If I give you 1 bakoko and I tell you to give half of it to your mother, would you say, I can't give her half because there's no half to the 1 banana? No, you would do that. You would take the bakoko, they call banana in English, and you will cut it right down the middle, the center of the banana, and you'll give half of the bakoko to your mother. See, so you can find a half to 1. See, it's that simple. It's that simple. All right, so half to 1 is not 0, and you can't find a half to 1. Why the half of 1 is half or half? Because half plus half equals 1. I like how we mix that up there, you know, the grass fish in the English. Because half plus half would equal 1. So the half to 1 is half, okay? Also, what would be, remember I asked you the question, what is the half of half? I asked many of you that question before. Well, the half of half would be quarter, or 1/4, 1/4. That would be the half of half, okay? 1/4. And what would be the half of quarter, or what would be the half of 1/4 or 1/4? Well, interesting. Here's how you find that. As a matter of fact, I will bring that to you perhaps in another broadcast in the follow-up, not the continuation, but in the flow or in the rhythm of this episode of graphmatics. It is so much fun speaking grass-ish instead of English. There's so many contradicting words in the English language that yours truly, Dr. H, tries avoiding as much as possible as I can. And I'm so happy to do so. And by doing so, I'm speaking the Kwankwa called grass-ish. If you need more information about this Kwankwa or language, the word Kwankwa in Ethiopian means language. That's why I keep saying Kwankwa. I like that word, the sound of it. Kwankwa. Yeah, Kwankwa. I like that sound. Right? If you'd like to know more about the Kwankwa called grass-ish, then you can email me and I'll be more than happy to send you information about this Kwankwa called grass-ish. Including, there's a study that I have called the word grassology. What is grassology? Grassology is the studies of 1-3, they call 13 topics. In school they say subjects. We don't use that word in grass-fish because the word sub means below and ject as into rejects. Look at those words they use in English. Subject, the children are learning subjects in school. No wonder they can't comprehend. So we use the word topics. So in grassology, we address 1-3, they call 13 topics. And why we call it topics? Because the word top means above, and to pick that which is on top, which is in the cosmos, the galaxies, the heavens. So we're going to pick, information from the heavens. That's why we call it topic or topics. So you write to me and I'll be more than happy to share the information about the 1-3 3 topics we teach in the studies called grassology. The word grassology means the studies of comprehension, right? The studies of what? Comprehension. And there are 3 topics I address. This is your friend or grass mapologist, Dr. Yates, your tutor on YouTube, on Flash, SIM card, DVDs, VCDs, or email link, whenever or however you get this information, saying thank you so much. Shalanti Al. Here we go. All right, remember, we are bow, say to nestle in, all right? Okay, ready? 3, together, all together. 3, 2, 1, 0. To nestle in. Gentlemen, precious ladies, and learning students, yours truly, Dr. Yates, the inventor of GRASPMATYX, Grassmatics. Glad to be here with some of the students. Additional to the ones you've seen before, we have 2 added students here in the Grassmatics program. You stay with us, much more you're going to be seeing illustrated, the map, learning Grassmatics timetables, learning fractions, decimals, percentage, learning also algebra, geometry, calculus, trigonometry, all that great, wonderful stuff. But first, we gotta learn the basics, okay? So, you stay with us as you see the wonderful students of, what's the name of this community? Abai? What's this area called? This area, what is it called?
Addis
What's it?
Addis
Addis Alem? Wow. So we're in the area called Addis Alem, which most people are familiar with Baghdad, okay? So it's just outside of Baghdad, going in the direction of Gondar. So right now we're here sitting in front of the Full Gospel Fellowship students. All these young people here, they go to the Full Gospel Church. So we all would like to say thank you, Pastor. What's your pastor's name? Freo. What's your pastor's name? So we say, let's all say thank you. Come on, say thank you.
Thank you,
Pastor Freo, for this opportunity where we can learn grassmatics. All right, good, wonderful. So stay with us and you'll hear more from the students about their names. Okay? So thank you so much for joining us. Okay? I want you all to stay where you at so they can see you close. All right? Great. So I come to you. All right, and you mention your names. My name's R. Okay? All right, and you are the first one here. And
my name is Lydia.
Okay, your names are Lydia, and you give me one name, or is more than one name?
Casa. Lydia Casa.
Again?
My name is Lydia Casa.
Thank you.
My name is Robert Hindi.
My name is Fabian Fufa.
Look into the camera and talk.
My name is Fabian Fufa.
Wonderful.
My name is Shalom Aptam. My name is Khalif Kande. My name is Hewan Sintayu. My name is Khalif.
All right, we got the little one. We got him on there, okay? Good. Now, you tell me, what do you like about grassmatics? What do you like about grassmatics? And I'm Amarini, it's okay. What do you like about grassmatics?
It's a short way of to know mathematics or the
Timetables?
timetables.
Thank you. What do you like about grassmatics? You can say it in English or Amharic.
It's a short way, and it's
you can say it Amarini or Englishania. Doesn't matter. You can say it Amarini or you can speak in Englishania.
okay. It's a short way, and it is a very good subject, or it's a very good class.
Thank you. Okay, what you like about grassmatics? Amarin, you're ready. Tell us what you like about mathematics.
About the shortest way of maths.
Of learning math?
Yeah.
Okay, good. All right, y'all got a chance now, okay, to speak in Amarini, your native language. This question is a very simple question, not a difficult question. What do you like about the math? That's not difficult. Huh? Like Dr. Yes always say, Kalal no, Ashtagan I them. Okay? So the question is, what do you like about mathematics? Give me the answer in Amarania. Okay, you?
It's simple maths.
You, Amarania.
በቀላል ዘዴ ማባዛት እንድችል ረድቶኛል። ትምህርቱ ቀላል ነው እና የተለያዩ ነገሮችን እንዳውቅ ረድቶኛል። የጊዜ ቤቶችንም በቀላሉ እንዳውቅ ረድቶኛል።
ጎበዝ።
የጊዜ ቤቶችን በቀላሉ እንዳውቅ ረድቶኛል። የጊዜ ቤቶችን በቀላሉ እንድረዳና የማባዛትን ስራ በቀላሉ እንድሰራ ረድቶኛል።
All right. Okay. All right. Thank you very much. Let me see something. Okay. And y'all acting like you don't understand a simple question. What do you like about it? You'd say it in Amerindia. If you feel free in Amerindia to speak, then speak in Amerindia. It's okay. Doesn't matter. Al Shalamti. Tenastalin. Emotep. Salam. Shalom. Namaste. Gentlemen, precious ladies and learning students, yours truly, Dr. Yates, the inventor of GRASP. Grassmatics is giving you the opportunity to have a closer look of what I've written on the board in the interest of those who would like to learn Grassmatics. Let me say that again. Grassmatics.com LCM. Least common multiple when it comes to the numbers 3, 6, and 5, 4. Giving you a closer look of it on the board. Here it is. Dr. Yates was saying that grassmatics is based on the 4 principles: perception, reasoning, rhythm, and restoration. On the other side of the screen, which is the right side of the screen, you notice it says in the box there, the word Kwankwa. Kwankwa is the Amharic or Amarinya word for language. Now, this math, grassmatics, is taught in 3 major Kwankwa Och. Kwankwa Och means languages. It's taught in English, Graspish, and also in Amharic. You hear Dr. Yates incorporating Amharic words when he is teaching this math. Most of all, he likes to express the figures based in Graspish, which is the Kwankwa that means making sense of the English nonsense. Now, to find the LCM of 3, 6, and 5, 4, first we need to find the prime factor of 3, 6, and 5, 4. Well, the prime factor is best to try this approach. As you notice on the left side of the screen, here it is, the 3, 6. I did 3, 6, and then I simplified, find out what 2 numbers I can multiply will give me 3, 6. It'll be 6T6. I use the letter T because T stands for times. It's the initial for times. In school, they'll use a dot saying a point or a dot means to multiply. I don't go there. That is confusing. Why? Because that same dot is used when I'm teaching children to find the half of odd numbers. Like, for example, the half of 1 would be 0.5. That's when you're using the dot as decimal point. The dot is using referring to decimals. So I'm not going to confuse the children using that same decimal point with using 6, and you look like 6.6. See? So we use initial T for times. So you have 6T6 means 6 times 6 will sum up to 36. They call 36 in the school system in English. And then we simplify, looking for 2 numbers I can multiply that would give me 6. 2 times 3 will give me 6, and the other side 2 times 3. When we come over here to the 5, 4, we see here in the 5, 4, it says what two numbers I can multiply to give me 54? Or my 6 time tables tell me 6 nines of 54. They call 54 in English. We say 54 in grass-ish. Then, what two numbers will give me the 6? Same, the 2 times 3. What two numbers when I multiply will give me 9? 3 times 3. That's how we got that here. So, what we have, the prime factor of 3, 6 would be 2 times 2 times 3 times 3. See that? And then the prime factor of 5, 4, the PF. Okay, PF stands for prime factor. The PF of 5, 4 equals 2 times 3 times 3 times 3. Now, when you find what they have in common, that would be considered and not considered. That would be considered the common factor of 3, 6, and 5, 4. The common factor of 3, 6, and 5, 4 would be the 2. You bring it down because you have 2 above and 2 below. That's what in common. And then the 3 and the 3. And the 3 and the 3 again. So you bring that down. What remains is the 2 in red. That's why I put it in red. And the 3 on the right for the 5, 4. That's the remainder. I bring that down. Then now when I transform them now, I transform them. So now we got 2 times 2 times 3 times 3 times 3. Because now I'm going now looking for my LCM. Okay? I want to find out the LCM. Now to get to the LCM, one of the very effective way, we can see that, let me get this right for you, put this balance, 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 that's it, is that I now, to get to the LCM, I put 2 times 2 over 4. Why 4? Because 2 times 2 give me 4. So 4 becomes now the denominator. And then I'm going to times it 3 times 3. And 3 times 3 gives me 9. And 9 becomes now the denominator for the number 5, 4. For the primary factor of 5, 4. So here what we have now. We have 2 times 2 over 4 times 3 over 9. So I now make my denominators, I multiply them and I get 3, 6. When I multiply and get 3, 6, here what happens. By getting a 3, 6, I now have to bring down my 3. You see that? I bring down the 3 because that was the remainder. That's why it's in the red. And then now I multiply 3, 6 times 3 and I get 108. Okay, 108. That's what I get. So my LCM of 3, 6 and 5, 4 will give me what? 108. That's the answer. That's how I do it in graphmatics. If you have any questions about that, you can email me. Simple email address: emaildoctoryates, email Dr. Yates @yahoo.com. Or you can text me, area code 340-244-3111. This is the kind voice of Dr. Yates saying, this is how I share with you graphmatically finding the LCM of 3, 6 and 5, 4. Stay with me, much more will be learned here, graphmatics.com. A word of encouragement: when you go to the website graphmatics.com and you order the DVDs on PayPal, always remember, not remember, but member this, member that, member it. Always remember to email me, letting me know that you order it on PayPal by writing to my email address, email.yates@yahoo.com, and in that email mention your home address, PO Box or house address. Also mention the school you have attended or attending, and the state or country you reside. I will be appreciative. Mention a telephone number there so I can call you and congratulate you. Thank you for ordering graphmatics, and I can let you know what I'm sending to you by DHL, UPS, or Postal Service. This is yours truly, Dr. Yates, saying to you, Shalemti Al.